guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Alex from Alex's Innovations, and today I'm going to be showing you how to add a border to your bracelets. This can apply to any normal pattern. It's a variation of the straight edge technique, but I'll be showing you how to modify both your patterns and to actually carry it out in a bracelet. I'll be using this pattern. You can find it on Bracelet book. The link is in the description. I don't own this pattern, but I think it's really cool, and I've seen it all over the place, so I figured I'd try it and also make a really fun tutorial. So in the first part of the video, I'll be showing you how to add a border onto any pattern, and then in the second part of the video, I'll show you how to apply that to an actual pattern, and I'll show you how to knot this portion too. So let's go! So right now I'm looking at my pattern and I see that I have these lines sort of zigzagging out towards the edges, so row 2, 4, 6, 8, and we have them also on the other side, so like this orange thread is poking out to the right over here. And so if I wanted to add a border to it, it's very similar to the straight edge technique in that you're adding an extra string on either side, but you'll be knotting with it instead of using the other strings to knot over it. So for example, we have these strings here. The black string is making a forward-backward knot over this outward-facing string right over here. And so that comes back and out, and then you knot the next row. So I guess we'll be knotting this row by row. And then the next time that there is an open string on this edge, then you will go ahead and make a knot like that. And so it's pretty simple, really. I mean, you start with your original pattern, and then wherever there are sort of zigzags on the edges with the strings poking out, then you'll just go ahead and add those black strings or the border strings or whatever you'd like. So I'll be showing you how to make this bracelet with these modifications in the bracelet itself. It's not an actual pattern, it's just sort of my Photoshop. I accidentally reversed the E over here, but that's because I'm in PowerPoint, so that's what you get when you don't want to pay for premium editing software. Anyway, I'll be showing you how to make this bracelet following this entire pattern, so that includes my modifications. To follow this pattern, I would suggest that you know how to make the candy stripe bracelet, because that is a pretty important one to know, and I'd also suggest that you know how to make the mini arrowhead bracelet. Both of those are linked in my description. It's not mandatory, of course, but I suggest that if you want to make this bracelet and like have fun with it, it's a good idea to get familiar with sort of the basics. And I also have basic knots in the description if you want to check those out as well. So without further ado, let's get on to actually starting the bracelet. So I'm going to be using the 4 colors given in the original pattern. These are orange, yellow, turquoise or teal, and this cream color. And so to add to it, I'm going to be adding this black as a border thread because I want to differentiate clearly what the border is going to be versus the rest of the bracelet. And so for each color that isn't the border thread, you'll need 3 strands. So I have 3 strands of teal here. I have 3 strands of yellow, 3 strands of cream, and 3 strands of orange. And then for the border string, you want 1 string per side, so I have 2 border strings because there are only 2 in total. There's 1 on each side. This is not a bracelet that you can make a beginning loop with, so I'm going to be starting it about a foot in or so. This will give me enough space to make a braid later on, but for now I'll just be starting it about a foot in, and then we'll just get right into knotting. I'm not going to do a shape start with this one, but if you want to learn how to do that, I have a tutorial in my comprehensive guide to starting and ending your bracelet. I worked super hard on it, and if you check it out, that would be really, really cool. So right now I've attached my strings to my clipboard, and now I'm going to separate my border strings from the rest of the strings, because right now I'm not going to really be concerned with the border strings, because you can see we don't get to that until the second row of our pattern. So it looks like on the left side we have our 3 teal strings and our 3 cream strings, so I'm going to be bringing all the teals and the creams over to the left side, and then that leaves the rest of the strings on the right side. So I'm going to be going left to right. This is going to be made in the row by row method. Most of my bracelets are made in the segment knotting method, which is basically knotting long diagonal rows instead of horizontal rows, but here we're going to be using horizontal rows because it just sort of works better with making sure that we have 1 border thread like on each side. So all the way on the left, I'm going to take 1 teal and 1 cream, and with the teal on the left, I'm going to do a double forward knot over the cream. And it's okay if your knots aren't perfectly straight right now, because don't forget we just started the bracelet, and so there's sort of nothing for it to stay attached to. Next, take 1 more teal and 1 more cream, and with the teal all the way on the left, do 1 double forward knot. And then with the third set of string, bring that teal to the left, and then make a double forward knot over the cream. And bringing these orange and yellow strings to the center, I'm going to take one orange string and one yellow string. And with the orange string on the left, I'm going to do a double forward knot over the yellow string on the right. Then I'm going to grab another pair of orange and yellow strings, and with the orange string on the left, I'm going to do a double forward knot over the yellow string on the right. And finally, I'm going to take that last pair, and with the orange on the left, I'm going to do a double forward knot over the yellow on the right. So that's our first row done. Notice how the first row in the pattern doesn't actually include any black strings, so it's okay that we haven't knotted. But starting on the left with the second row, I see that my first knot is taking the black string and doing a forward-backward knot over this cream string, because normally if we weren't going to be doing the border string, then this string would be staying out and we'd be taking this teal string and doing a knot over the cream. But alas, this is a video on making a bordered bracelet, and so we have to include a border. So this black string is going to come down, and over the cream colored string we're going to do a forward-backward knot. So the string remains on the left side, and we want that to stay on the left side for the entirety of the bracelet, because we see in our pattern the black string doesn't go anywhere other than the edge of the bracelet. So now with that done, we can now take the next teal in line and do a double forward knot over the cream colored string. And now is the time where you should start kind of pulling tightly, because we want our bracelet to sort of form into one piece without being too distorted at the edge. And moving those to the left side, now we can take our next pair, so it's a teal and cream colored string, and with the teal colored string, do one double forward knot over the cream colored string. Now take the next two strings. It is now teal and yellow, so with the teal string, just like before, we're going to do a double forward knot over the yellow string. And then move those two strings to the side. Next is an orange and a yellow string, and again I'm just going right in line with the pattern, and with the orange string I'm going to do a double forward knot over the yellow string, and then put those to the side. And then it looks like we have three strings left, so with the first two strings I'm going to do, with the orange string, a double forward knot over the yellow string, and put those to the left. And then with the last string, just like we did with the cream colored string in the beginning, it looks like we have to take the black border string and do this time a backward forward knot over this string in order to get this string to start and end on the right side. So I'm going to do a backward forward knot over that last remaining string. And that's the second row. Alright, now in the third row, it looks like the black string is just sort of hanging out, not really knotting over anything, so I'm going to put the string to the side. It looks like my first knot in this row is taking two cream colored strings, and with the left one, make a double forward knot over the right one. And put those to the side. Next, I'm going to be taking the next two strings in line. It's a teal and cream colored string, and with the teal one, I'm going to start on the left and do a double forward knot over the next cream colored string. Next is a teal and yellow string, so I'm going to take the teal string and make a double forward knot over the yellow string, and put those two to the side. Then next in line is another teal and yellow string. So I'm going to do a double forward knot with the teal over the yellow. Put those to the side. Next is orange and yellow, so just like before, take the orange, do a double forward knot over the yellow, and put to the side. Then it looks like we have two oranges left, so I'm going to take the orange on the left and do a double forward knot over the orange on the right. And just like the beginning of this row, the black string is not being knotted over, so we can just leave that to the side, and that is still okay. Now the fourth row, it looks like we're knotting again with the black string, so take that black string and do a backward forward knot over the edge string. And bring that back up to the side. Next, in line, there are 2 cream colored strings, so with the left one, do a double forward knot over the right one. And then next in line is a turquoise and yellow string, so take the turquoise and do a double forward knot over the yellow string. And put those to the side. Next is another turquoise and yellow string, so take the turquoise and do a double forward knot over the yellow string. And put those to the side. Next is another turquoise and yellow string, so take the turquoise string and do a double forward knot over the yellow string. Next are 2 orange strings, so take the left orange string and do a double forward knot over the right orange string. And then the last orange string is paired with the black, and so this time according to the pattern, take the black and do a backward forward knot over the orange string. Now, according to our pattern, we aren't doing anything with the black row. So take the 2 strings on the left, and with the left one, do a double forward knot over the right one. And then next should be cream and yellow, so take the cream string and do a double forward knot over the yellow string. Next is turquoise and yellow, so take the turquoise string and do a double forward knot over the yellow string. Next is another turquoise and yellow, so with the turquoise do a double forward knot over the yellow string. Next is turquoise and orange, so take the turquoise and do a double forward knot over the orange string. Then finally are 2 orange strings, so with the left orange string, make a double forward knot over the right orange string. And then there are no knots with the black string, so I'm going to leave that. Alright, this is going to be the final row of doing double forward knots. After this row, we're going to be doing backward knots. So this is the last one. So with the black string, take the cream thread that's all the way on the left and do a forward backward knot with the black string over the cream string. And put those 2 strings off to the side. Next is a cream and a yellow string, so take the cream string and do a double forward knot over the yellow string. Then take the next cream string and do a double forward knot over the next yellow string. Then take the teal string and do a double forward knot over the yellow string. Then take the teal string that's next and do a double forward knot over the orange string. Then take the teal string and do a double forward knot over the orange string. And finally, it looks like we're going to take our black string and do a backward forward knot over the orange string. So now we have this first part of our zigzag. So for the 7th row, I think we're on. Since we're making backward knots, I'm just going to start on the right side. Honestly, it doesn't matter which side you go start from because it'll turn out the same. But I'll start from the right side since we're sort of knotting in the left direction. So on the left side, I see that there are no knots with a black string, so I'll put that off to the side. And then the orange string is going to make a double backward knot over the teal string. The next orange string is making a double forward knot over the next teal string. So I'll put those to the right. The next orange string is making a double backward knot over the next teal string. Then the yellow string is making a double backward knot over the cream string. The next yellow string is making a double backward knot over the next cream string. And finally, the last yellow string is making a double backward knot over the last cream string. On the next row, it looks like our first knot is with a black string, so we're going to do a backward forward knot over that teal string on the edge. And then I'm going to put those 2 strings to the side. Next, it looks like with this orange string, we're going to make a double backward knot over the teal string. Next, with the orange string, we're going to do a double backward knot over the teal string. With the next orange string, we're going to make a double backward knot over the cream string. Then with the yellow string, we're going to do a double backward knot over the cream string. With the next yellow string, we're going to do a double backward knot over the cream string. And then with the last pair of strings, take the black string and do a forward backward knot over the last yellow string. Okay, with the next row, it looks like we're not knotting with the black string, so I'll put that off to the side. And then with the right teal string, we're going to do a double backward knot over the left teal string. Then with the next orange string, we're going to do a double backward knot over the next teal string. With the next orange string, we're going to do a double backward knot over the next cream string. With the next orange string, we're going to do a double backward knot over the cream string. With the next yellow string, we're going to do a double backward knot over the cream string. And with the final yellow string, we're going to do a double backward knot over the other yellow string. And then we're going to leave that black string alone. For this row, we're working with the black string, so I'm going to take the black string and do a backward forward knot over the teal string, and then put those to the side. Then with the next teal string, I'll do a double backward knot. Then with the orange string, I'll do another double backward knot. Then with the next orange string, I'll do another double backward knot. The next orange string, I'll do a double backward knot. Then with the next yellow string, I'll do a double backward knot. And finally, with the black string, I'm going to do a forward backward knot over the yellow string. And 2 more rows left until the sequence repeats, so we are almost done. So for the next row, we're not using the black string, so I'll put that off to the side. And then, just like before, we're going to take the left string, do a double backward knot over the next string, put that off to the side, and then take the next string, do a double backward knot, put it off to the side, and repeat this. And at the end, we're not working with the black string in this row, so you can just leave it alone. And then for the last row, we are taking the black string and doing a backward forward knot over the teal string. And then with the next teal string, we're going to do a double backward knot over the cream string. Then with the next teal string, we'll do a backward forward knot over the cream string. With the orange string, we're going to do a double backward knot over the cream string. With the orange string, we're going to do a double backward knot over the yellow string. Then with the orange string, we're going to do a double backward knot over the yellow string. And then with the black string, we're going to do a forward backward knot over the yellow string. So there you go. You can repeat from the timestamp shown here. It's not going to be an identical overview, so the colors are going to be different, but the knots are going to be the same. So you can follow the pattern used here. It's really not all that different, but it's a pretty easy pattern. I like it. It's really cute, and I think it looks really nice with the border as well. I'm not going to show you how to end this bracelet because I didn't really show you how to start it, and so just for the sake of continuity, so once you're done, you can braid the edges, and then you'll be done. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please consider following my Instagram. Also consider checking out my Etsy. My Etsy is Alex Innovations, and the link is in my bio. But anyway, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any tutorial requests, feel free to comment them down below. See you next time. Bye!